right, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Eon. Um, just wanted to give some credit to Richard Crivo. He helped me out a lot in my trading journey when I very first started trading FX. I won't say when I very first started. I think I was maybe a year or two into trading FX when I came across his videos. I think it was like 2016, maybe. So I think I started trading Forex in 2014. Yeah, it was about 2 years. So around like maybe a year and a half, 2 years, maybe. No, it definitely wasn't 3 years. But anyways, this kind of also goes into one of the things I've always thought was interesting is traders who really put in the work, who just weren't like showing the lifestyle stuff, aren't like driving in Lamborghinis and all that jazz and talking about, oh yeah, I made $20 million today in 2 minutes. He only has 1,800 subscribers, and this video is 10 years old with 1,100 views. I mean, I just think that's crazy. But I mean, like, he is a really good trader, at least as far as I know. Like, the stuff he said has helped me along with trading. But anyway, so going to jump into it. Trading with the Trend, Richard Crivo. Let's see what he has to say. I haven't watched this video in a long time, so it'd be cool to see what he has to say. And I also see where I may have differed along the years, because it's been a long time.
Greetings, everyone, and thanks for watching this video on Trading with the Trend. Now, since this is a recording of a recording, the audio is a bit compromised. However, I believe that it is more important for this information to be shared with you rather than simply be, put on a back shelf someplace because it's slightly off.
So I will say this is a recording of a recording of a recording because I'm recording it as well. And I've been struggling with my microphone lately.
In the quality.
It's catching everything.
So thank you, and I hope you find this information helpful.
Forex is so hard to trade sometimes, man.
To speak with you a bit about how I identify the
I see what he's talking about with the audio.
And before I get into that, the identification part, let's talk for a minute about why it's important to be able to know the trend. Think about it this way. If you were running in a race and you had the choice at the beginning of the race to have the wind blowing at your back or blowing in your face for the entire race, which would you choose? There's no question about it. You choose to have the wind blowing at your back because that's what's going to assist you in getting to the finish line. It's going to assist you in gaining your overall objective in winning that race. Now, in a race, you don't have that particular choice. You don't have that option. But in trading, you do. Before you ever get into your trade, you have the choice of selecting to have the wind blowing at the back of your trade or blowing against your trade. That's the importance of taking the trade in the direction of the trend. The trend shows you, in effect, which way the wind is blowing on your particular trade. It shows you market sentiment, which way that market sentiment is favoring this pair to move. It shows you the way the big banks, the professional traders, which way they're taking this particular pair. And our whole objective in trading is to identify that trend and then identify a point at which we can hop on that trend and ride the trend to a certain point, a certain level of profitability, and then exit the trade with our profit. That's what it's all about. Okay, so in determining the trend, what I do, the exercise that I go through is I scroll through all the daily charts. And here I have three examples of daily charts that you might run into. This particular one shows a nice strong uptrend. And it's also trading above the 200 period moving average. I always put a 200 period moving average on my daily charts.
Likewise.
Price action is above the 200 period moving average.
I will say, like, I learned about the 200 period moving average from Oliver Velez. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Man, I've known Mr. Oliver since, I want to say 2010, 2011, when I was in high school, I believe. It is crazy seeing how he's grown on like social media and all that stuff, man. Like, I just remember talking to him, and he might have had like maybe 2 or 3 people comment on this stuff, and now you see like hundreds of people comment. Anyways, this isn't about Oliver Velez. This is about Richard Crivo. So, but yeah, man, I love the 200 period moving average. I use it. That's the one indicator that I have never changed. Like, I've altered like using other moving averages, but the one consistent is 200. I will never trade on a chart without a 200 period moving average on it.
That shows a bullish bias on the pair. If price action is below the 200 period moving average, that shows a bearish bias on the particular pair. So here we've got a nice move. It shows price action is moving smartly to the upside right here. Now here we have a move to the upside, but it's more modest. We can see the angle is not quite as great. This isn't bad. Of the two, I'd certainly rather be trading that particular pair, that particular view that I'm seeing on the daily chart. Now, in this situation, the pair is just trading flat. I'm not going to trade this pair because I have no edge. The edge being, if it's trading to the upside, I know I want to buy it. If it's trading to the downside, I know I want to sell it. This doesn't give me that edge. And as a little sidelight here, if I can't tell within about 5 seconds, literally, which way the pair is moving, I'm on to the next chart. Why make it more difficult than it is? If you find yourself looking at a daily chart and going, well, let's see, I think it's moving to the upside, but then when I look at it this way, I think, and maybe it's trending to the down. If you start getting into that, on to the next pair. Don't even waste your time. It's not giving you enough of an edge when you're doing it that way.
I'll say this, like, that's always been an issue with me. Like, even though I know I should be trading with the trend, sometimes I'm like, maybe I could get in a little bit before the trend. You know, it's like greed. It is definitely the greed talking. When I start thinking like that, like you have really beautiful trends, and then you're like, oh man, like I don't want to buy a high or I don't want to sell a low. But then, I mean, when it's trending nicely, but then when you're trying to get in before like it looks like it's trending, but it's really not. like this right here, until this point, it kind of looks like it's a little bit like an uptrend, and then you have this huge move down, and that's why I would say it's like sideways. But like these are the easy markets to trade. Like if I could just find these like that, like, and then know it was like set, like that would be a blessing. It'd be a blessing for sure.
You want to be able to identify that trend very quickly. You want to have it just jump off the charts at you. Now, once you've determined the pair that you're going to trade, the one with the greatest move to the upside.
Oh yeah, and I mean, you can see the FX, but just for clarification, Mr. Richard Crivo trades FX. I mean, I've only seen him trade FX. I don't know if he trades like commodities or indices or, you know, crypto or anything else. But I know, like, when I was looking at him, it was just Forex. So that's why he was talking about pair. So in trading Forex, you have your pairs and all that jazz. But just need to add that in there. Wait, because you might not know. But when I heard him say pair, I was like, oh, anyways, let's jump back into it.
Trend potential to the upside. Then what I would do is I'm going to get into something we call multiple time frame analysis. And multiple time frame analysis is simply looking at several different time frames on the same currency pair to determine how I can best optimize my entry into the direction of the overall.
Now, I already know he's going to go. Like, the best way to do this is, so you see the daily's up, and then you kind of see like how the 4 hour is like sideways, and then the 1 hour is like a downtrend. The easiest markets to trade is when the daily's up, 4 hours up, 1 hour's up. Beautiful. Now, you're always going to get that bin at the end where the trend is going to reverse or whatever, but when you have multiple time frames all in uptrends, the easiest market to trade, the most beautiful, it's just so perfect. Just so perfect to trade those markets. But the thing is, it's like when you're trading, like for example, if I'm trading NASDAQ, a lot of the time the NASDAQ isn't in sync like that. And, you know, you're going to have to do some little other things. But I mean, even with FX, like sometimes FX is not aligned. And to be honest with you, if I was a more intelligent trader and investor, I would just sit out. But, you know, that trading got a hold on your boy. Like, I just love to trade, man. It's hard for me not to trade. Like it's hard for me to sit on my hands, especially when I'm up. Because when I'm up, I'm like, oh yeah, I can make way more. But to be honest with you, it's better to just get your trades in for the day, make your money, and be done.
All trend. So let's say.
But yeah, when everything's trending in the same direction, best way to trade, hands down.
This daily chart here is replicating that one, and we can see nice upside movement. That's the way we want to take it. We only want to buy the pair. And then we scroll down to a 4 hour chart, and we see that the pair has moved to the upside, and then it's begun a little retracement here. And it's also beginning to flatten out. It's beginning to stall at this support level here. That's what I want to see. Now, I go down to a 1 hour chart, and here's the retracement on the 1 hour chart, and price action flattens out quite dramatically here. Now, this green line
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if you get a breakout to the upside, because what you're trying to do with this, and this is where, you this is like some of the highest probability trades that I used to take. So I would wait till we got to like a daily or 4 hour level, and then like maybe on a 1 hour or 15 minute, every once in a while I go to a 5 minute. You want to see the trend start to reverse, and those are the biggest risk toward ratio trades you could have. Like when I talked about, I think a video I posted, I don't know if I posted it or not, but like I was talking about A plus setups. I don't really agree with the whole A plus setup, B setup, or whatever. Like really every setup you have should be A plus. I would say the only time you're taking a C setup or a B setup or something like that is when you're not trading with your actual signal. You're trying to get in before the actual signal proves itself. Like if you're waiting for a candle to close as your signal and then you get in while the candle's still printing, that would be a bad setup, because you technically didn't have a setup. You just got in because you saw the momentum of the candle maybe, or something like that, which happens to me all the time as well. Like, it's one of the bad things I do when I'm trading. Sometimes I try and just catch that move, and the next thing you know, I end up buying a high. Anyways, best risk toward ratio trades, like when you can get those daily or like those higher time frame levels, and then on the smaller time frame you get the reversal of that trend. Like when it starts to like, we're gonna get super complex, but when the market starts to accumulate in like demand or support areas, like some of the best entries for risk toward, like high risk toward ratio trades. But it does suck when it just accumulates and then it just goes down. So like you're trying to buy in a downtrend because the trend on the daily or the 4 hour is starting to completely reverse. That does suck, but it does happen, just so you know.
That's the point at which.
But like I said, highest risk toward ratio trades, like you could get like 40 to 1s. I think I've had like 100 to 1, or maybe it was like 140, 150 to 1. Like it was a crazy move, but it was a black swan event.
I would enter the trade long. If price action breaks above this level, in other words, the highest point on this stall, on this retracement right here, I want to know about it, because that's when I'm going to get back into the trade. I can either monitor this visually, or I could set a price alarm. Market scope charts have price alarms built right into them, so I could set a price alarm at that level that's going to alert.
So like what I would do is pretty much the same thing he's talking about, but I would wait for like a high to be broken, and then for this to really start to trend to the upside for me to get in on the 1 hour. So what I used to do, I didn't use the 4 hour really. I would use like the daily and the 1 hour, and then my interest would be on the 1 hour. Or if I was using a 4 hour, I would use a 15-minute chart for my lower time frame. And then if I was really trying to scalp or get in quick entries, I would use the 1 hour for levels, and then I would use a 5-minute for entry. Like so, yeah.
Either audially or visually, that the pair is breaking up that level that I wanted to monitor. It's breaking to the upside of that level, and take a look at the pair, because you may want to enter at this point. Okay, that's how I use identifying the trend and multiple time frame analysis in my trading. Again, my name is Richard Krivo. I hope you found this helpful, and thanks for attending today.
Thank you, Mr. Krivo. I appreciate all the videos you made like so many years ago, man, and I pray that you're doing well. Well, anyways, guys, I'm going to try and make more uploads a little bit more consistently. I'm going to try and upload. I'm not going to say it every day, but I'm going to try and upload every day. And I know I said I'm not going to say that, like, oh my God, I'm not taking this out of the video. Anyways, I'm going to try and upload a lot more often, and I want to help people and help you along your trading journey. Like I have people and mentors who helped me along mine. So I know a lot of people are selling these courses now for like 500, or like I've seen some courses for like $5,000, or man, there was this one place, man, like I like 40-50 grand to learn how to trade. Ridiculous. But anyways, I just want to help you guys. Hopefully I can help you along your trading journey and investing journey. Until next time, peace.
Man, even Jesus had a shooter, and God be having unbelievers that didn't mess up their demeanor. And yes, they know it's hard, they know, Cause when they be up in those trenches, man, they show out. But what they do